So, it's crazy to say, but I think Hydrapple could have a chance at BDIF, and it could do really well in the upcoming World Championships. The one thing that depends on that is if the new pitch black decks, especially Ghost Veil, can rival it. But anyway, what am I talking about? Why is Hydrapple really good? So, first of all, it's got a great Dragapult matchup. It can heal like the damage counters with its ability there, Ripening Charge. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic grass energy card from your hand to one of your Pokemon. If you attach energy to a Pokemon in this way, heal 30 damage from the Pokemon. And Dragapult only spreads 60 damage counters. I say only, but it is a lot. But if they put that all onto one Pokemon, you can heal half of it. That's really good, because that's what Dragapult likes to do, take advantage of your Phesantipities, your Ogopons, your Latiases, which will have just over 200, put one damage counter there. Well, you can heal that. You've got the Fez, you've got the Ogopon in this deck, and you can heal that. And Hydrapple's attack, Syrup Storm for 2 colourless, does 30 damage, plus 30 more damage for each grass energy attached to all your Pokemon. So it's very, very similar to Teal Mask Ogopon's attack, except it's all your Pokemon, not just Teal Mask Ogopon. But I'll talk you through the list. We are obviously playing Teal Mask Ogopon EX for its Teal Dance, which accelerates a grass energy to Teal Mask Ogopon, and you can draw a card. This is obviously really good for our, it's basically our draw engine, and we can accelerate damage for Syrup Storm for Hydrapple, so it does more damage. Next, we obviously have Hydrapple itself, the main star of the show, but its damage may seem a tiny bit underwhelming until you take Meganium into account. Meganium ability Wild Growth states each basic grass energy attached to all of your Pokemon provides 2 grass energy, but the effect doesn't stack, so you can't have 4 grass energy from one. It does not stack. So that effectively doubles the damage you're doing with Syrup Storm, which is crazy. If you want the maths, 5 energy on your board with Meganium in play does 330 damage. Not only does that KO Dragapult, which is really good, but it also KOs Megas like Mega Starmie EX. It just about doesn't get to Mega Lucario, but 6 energy with Meganium in play shouldn't be too much of an ask. We are playing 2 Meowth EX with its amazing ability Last Ditch Catch. Once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to your bench, you may use this ability. Search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. This kind of makes up for the slightly low count of supporters, but we will get to that in a second. And one thing to note with Meowth is it is a liability. It can be bossed up and one-hit KO'd by a lot of meta-relevant attacks, if not all of them. But next we have Celebi. Celebi is really useful if you're having a slow start, but if you start it, that's good, and you could go out of your way to get it, because it is very good with getting your board set up, because it's got an attack called Traverse Time for 1 grass energy. You get to search your deck for up to 3 in any combination of grass Pokemon and stadium cards. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. But this is great, especially getting the Stadium Forest of Vitality, but we'll get to that in a second. And it's really good to get set up, because the lines of the very important Pokemon are quite thin, 222, 222 for the main Pokemon, so that's why this attack is really good. And you can note, for 1 grass energy, it can one-hit KO Badoo. We are also playing 1 copy of Pheasantipity EX, because Pheasantipity EX also has a great ability. It's called Flip the Script, and it states once during your turn, if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, you may draw 3 cards. You can't use more than 1 Flip the Script ability each turn. So this is obviously amazing. If you get knocked out, And this one actually has an attack that we can use. You're definitely not going to go out your way to use it, but if you start it and you get Meganium early, since Meganium's ability states eats grass costs 2 grass, it doesn't have to be attached to a grass Pokemon, so if you attach 2 energy to Serendipity, you can use that Cruel Arrow attack, which states this attack does 100 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Don't apply weakness and resistance for benched Pokemon. This kind of won NAIC in the Little Fairy deck when I was playing against Dragapult. I think it was game 2. The opponent prized 2 Dreepy, so he just used this Cruel Arrow to chase after the Dreepies and Dracloaks that he could bench, and that just won him the game. For the final Pokemon, we have Tapu Bulu. This Pokemon is mainly to get through walls, because we've got pretty much nothing to get through, like your cornerstones, your crystals, that stuff. So Tapu Bulu's attack is Wood Hammer, and for 2 grass, 2 colourless, it does 220 damage and 30 damage to itself. On support, we've got 4 Lilies, Determination, pretty standard. You're going to expect that at this point. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 6 cards. If you have exactly 6 cards remaining, draw 8 instead. Boss's Order's obviously great for Gust. If you don't have enough energy on board to take out any big Pokemon, you can just boss up a support Pokemon like Meowth or Serendipity. Take the KO there instead, which I actually did in my tournament run, which I'll be talking about soon. We're playing 2 Dawn or 1 Lana's Aid. Something I really like about this deck is you can have Forest of Vitality in play, you can bench Meowth, you can get Dawn if they're in the deck, Lana's Aid if they're in the discard, and get a whole evolution line back, because a lot of the time when you're playing against this deck, it really relies on Meganium. So someone gusts up Meganium, KOs it, you can bench Meowth, get Dawn or Lana's Aid, get Meganium into play again with Forest of Vitality, which we'll talk about soon, which is a really nice combo. And the final supporter is Briar. You can only use this card if your opponent has exactly 2 prize cards remaining. During this turn, if your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack used by your Terra Pokemon, take 1 more prize card. So this is obviously when you're attacking with Ogerpon. You can just close out the game with that Briar, even if it's on a 1 prizer sometimes. Onto the items, we have 4 bug catching set. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal up to 2 in any combination of grass Pokemon and basic grass energy cards you find there, and put them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. It's a bit of gambling, but we're playing loads of Pokemon, loads of energy, so a lot of the time it's going to be getting you what you want. But to search out Pokemon specifically, we've got Ultra Ball. You can use this card only if you discard 2 other cards from your hand. Search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So this will find any Pokemon. It's great, any situation you need a Pokemon. Say you need a Meowth to get a supporter, to get an Ogerpon to accelerate more energy, to get an Hydrapple to attack, to get really good, obviously. So being able to search for a Pokemon is obviously good. Night Stretcher, put a Pokemon or basic energy card from your discard into your hand. And Pokebud searches for a Pokemon without a rule box. You're also playing special red card for some hand disruption. This is a new card from Chaos Rising, and it states you can use this card only if your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining. Your opponent shuffles their hand, puts it on the bottom of the deck, and if they put any cards on the bottom of their deck in this way, they draw 3 cards. So, along with Unfair Stamp, which states you can use this card only if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck, then you draw 5 cards and your opponent draws 2. So having both these disruption cards, especially as an item, is very strong. And onto the Forest of Vitality that I've been hyping up so much. It states each player's grass Pokemon can evolve into grass Pokemon during the turn they play those Pokemon, except during their first turn. So, except during your first turn doesn't matter that much if you get good board state, and then you can just evolve everything, go aggressive turn 2, which is why I love this deck so much, and it's good matchup into Dragapult, and it can go so fast, which is a nice switch up because the deck I've been playing has been Dragapult, but I definitely prefer this, and the tournament run's quite good. Obviously we're playing 13 Grass Engine. The tournament run's quite good, so let's get into that right now. So if you don't want to hear me yap, you can skip straight to the tournament run, but it might not even be here because, guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't think I'm really cut out for being a YouTuber. It's been like over a month since I posted my last video, and like the growth has been like really, really good, and I just don't feel like I can keep doing this though. Like, I get like a lot of positive comments. I don't know if it's enough for me to like keep going on. Like, it's like the small things. I don't have a lot of like equipment to like actually film all these videos, or like the good high quality ones you'll see everywhere else. So like, I can understand why like I wouldn't be getting like obviously doing as well as other people. That's just like kind of obvious, but like I just, yeah, like even making just like a simple video like this, I've been struggling. Like small things, my computer's really old, it's really hard to work on. I don't know if there'll be a tournament run. We'll just see. I don't know if there'll be this channel anymore. I guess we'll see.